So I run a faceless YouTube channel called Wi-Fi Uni. I'm 23. I'm from the UK, and it makes me around 2 grand a month. And today I want to talk about something a bit different because I've just added a new income stream on top of that. And it's only been 3 weeks. And I think the way it's going is actually worth talking about honestly rather than waiting until the numbers are more impressive. Please excuse this AI slop voice. I promise the value in this video is worth it. Because I think there's this tendency online where people only share stuff once it looks good, like they wait until the revenue is 10 grand a month and then they make the video. And by that point, half the useful detail about how it actually started is just gone. They've forgotten the messy early bit. And that's honestly the part one find most interesting when I watch other people's videos. So I figured I'd just talk about it now, 3 weeks in, when it's still raw and I genuinely don't know exactly where it's going. 3 weeks ago, I launched a school community. And right now it's making me $135 a month in recurring revenue, and only 3 people have churned since I launched it. And I want to explain why I think that number, even though it's small, is actually a really good sign, and also just walk you through how the whole thing is set up and why I think school as an income stream is genuinely underrated for smaller creators. So let me explain the setup first, because I think the structure is the interesting part. There are 3 tiers. And basically what this means is people can join at different levels depending on how much they want. And the first tier is $10 a month, which is the standard plan. And what you get there is daily untapped niche drops. So every day I'm in there posting niches that I think are profitable and not yet saturated. A short form content course and direct feedback from me personally. And the idea behind that tier is just to get people in the door at a price that genuinely feels like a no-brainer. Like $10 a month is less than most people spend on a coffee in a week. And if you get one useful niche idea out of it that leads somewhere, then it's already paid for itself. The second tier is $15 a month, which is premium. And this adds the full long-form YouTube course on top of everything in standard, plus more in-depth and direct feedback from me. And this one is kind of the meat of it for someone who's actually serious about building a channel and wants a proper structured path through it rather than just picking up bits and pieces. And then there's the VIP tier at $50 a month. And this is where it gets a bit more interesting because this one includes exactly how I built Wi-Fi Uni, like the actual behind-the-scenes breakdown of what I did and how I did it, plus content on how to build a no-code SaaS that generates monthly revenue, how to grow and scale your own school community, how to sell digital products that people actually buy, and how to grow a faceless educational channel working roughly 1 hour a day. And basically what this tier is designed for is the person who doesn't just want to grow a YouTube channel. They want to build the whole ecosystem around it, the way I have, the multiple income streams, the community, all of it. So the $135 comes from a mix across those tiers, and it's not a massive number. I'm not going to pretend it is. But here's the thing that actually matters to me about it, which is that it's recurring. And what this means in practice is that every single month this number should be at least as high as it was last month, and probably higher, because the people who are staying, and new people come in on top of that, and the floor just keeps rising. And that's genuinely the thing that makes recurring revenue so different to everything else I earn from the channel, because AdSense resets every month, sponsors reset every month. Like I have to go out and find new deals and deliver new integrations every single month, just to keep the income level where it is. And if I had a slow month or took time off, it would show up immediately in the numbers. But the school MRR doesn't work like that. It just sits there and compounds. And the only way it goes down is if people start leaving faster than they're joining, which so far isn't happening. And the churn thing is worth actually talking about properly, because I think a lot of people overlook it when they're thinking about starting something like this. And what churn basically means is the percentage of your members who cancel each month. And if your churn is high, it means you're essentially running on a treadmill where you're constantly replacing the people who are leaving just to stay in the same place. And that's exhausting and also tells you something pretty important about whether what you're offering is actually good. 3 people have left since I launched. And for a community that's only 3 weeks old and still finding its feet, I think that's genuinely low. And what I take from that is that the people who are joining are finding enough value in there to stick around, which is the whole point. And it means the foundation is solid even if the numbers are still small. Now the question I'd probably ask if I was watching this is how do you actually get people into the community in the first place? Because that's the bit that feels hardest from the outside. And for me, the answer was pretty simple, which is that the YouTube channel does the work. I just mentioned the school and videos, put the link in descriptions, and because the audience already knows who I am and what I've built, they're a warm audience. They're not strangers. They already have some level of trust in what I'm saying, and that makes the conversion from viewer to paying member a lot more natural than trying to sell to someone who's never heard of you before. And this is actually one of the things I find most interesting about the whole model, which is that the YouTube channel and the school feed into each other. Like the channel drives people to the community, and the community gives me more things to make videos about. And the people in the community are often the most engaged viewers on the channel, and it just creates this loop where each thing makes the other thing better. And I think that's genuinely a more sustainable way to build than just chasing views on their own. I also want to talk about the pricing because I think this is something people overthink when they're setting up something like this. And the way I thought about it was pretty straightforward, which is that the entry tier needs to be cheap enough that someone can justify it without really thinking about it. And the mid-tier needs to feel like a clear upgrade for someone who's serious. And the top tier needs to have enough in it that the price makes sense relative to what you pay for that. Information anywhere else. And $50 a month for a blueprint of exactly how I built a channel making $2,000 a month, including the SaaS and the school stuff on top of that. I think that's fair, and the people joining the VIP tier seem to think so too. And look, I want to be completely clear that this is still early. 3 weeks is genuinely nothing in the grand scheme of it, and I have no idea what this looks like at 6 months or a year. And there are 100 things I'll probably do differently as I learn more about what's working and what isn't. But the direction feels right, the model makes sense, the churn is low, and every month the floor gets a little bit higher. And honestly, at 23, having a YouTube channel, making $2,000 and a school community on top of that starting to compound, I'm pretty happy with where things are pointing. If you want to check it out, the link is in the description. There's a free look around before you commit to anything. And if you've got questions, drop them in the comments. I do actually read them. Cheers for watching.